talking about 30 pantry items that every senior should have. Well, maybe not all of them, but as many as you like, or as many as you think will sustain you for a little while, okay? There's so many disasters right now, and so many terrible weather things that are happening. You know, we have to be prepared. So I think it's important that we have some of these pantry supplies. We're going to start today with food items, and then I have another video planned that will be non-food items, okay? So let's have a look at these 30 items, and then we'll take it from there, okay? I am reading, so you'll see me off my notes, all right? So the first one is canned beans. So all types of canned beans. Very, very good for you, right? Lots of protein, so black beans, brown beans, kidney beans, lima beans, any kind of beans will be very, very good for you, okay? And then 2, there's a thing called hardtack. Now what this is a bread, and it's like a cracker or a bread. It's made with flour, water, and salt, and those are the only ingredients. But the shelf life is long, so it's very, very good in any kind of anything that you need it long lasting, okay? So maybe I'll pop a recipe in the description if I remember, or you can look it up, okay? So it's called hardtack, all right? So you should have some of that in your pantry, and you can buy it, okay? They come in little square like crackers, okay? And then number 3 is salt. We always need salt. I mean, we need it to live. You know what I mean? It's so good for our bodies. We definitely need salt. Number 4, canned beets. So canned beets are also, they're yummy. They add some sweetness. They add a little bit of tartness. I think they're really, really good. So if you like beets, canned beets would be awesome. And then you can go with number 5, which is raw honey. So honey is good for a few things, right? It not only is it sweet and tastes delicious, but it also has antibiotic properties. So it's very, very good for healing, okay? So that would be a good idea to have some honey. I don't normally eat honey just like that, but I might have it on a piece of bread or something, or a piece of the hardtack. It would probably really make that taste very, very good, right? So yeah, I would do that. And then that's vegan or vegetarian, we have number 6, which is shelf-stable tofu. I didn't know there was any such thing, but there is. So I will look for a link for that for you guys, okay? And it'll be below. But yeah, anyway, shelf-stable tofu is a good one. And then number 7 is peanut butter powder. You know, I find out all these things with the research I do, right? Because I had no idea there was peanut butter powder. But yeah, there is. So peanut butter powder would be really good. Myself, I don't eat peanut butter, but my kids like it, my grandkids like it, so I would get some just in case we're together or if something happened, right? And then number 8 is canned bone broth. So bone broth is very, very good for you. I know after I had my surgery, they told me that I should be using bone broth to make soups and stuff, and put it in, you know, mashed potatoes and stuff like that. I had gastric bypass, so yeah, bone broth is very, very good, full of protein and good rich vitamins. Then number 9, we have canned potatoes. They kind of speak for themselves. I think canned potatoes are delicious. I love buying them and just cutting them up and frying them up. They cook in a minute and they're just good. So I will definitely get those. Number 10 is flour. I think most of us have flour as a staple anyway, but I think it's important to have, you know, so if you don't use it a lot or whatever, just get a little bit, you know, maybe a couple of you could pick up some of these things together and share them, you know, because if you don't use a lot of it, you know, you could take a half a bag of flour unless you're making your own bread, right? And then you might need it. Then we have number 11 is canned salmon and tuna. They claim that salmon is better for you. It has more of what you need in it. And tuna is, it's still good for you, but it doesn't have everything that you need that salmon has. I think, I'm not sure what the difference is exactly, but there is a little bit of a difference on nutrients, okay? So the salmon is supposed to be better. Number 12, we have canned green chilies. I thought this was a great idea when I saw this, right? And I thought green chilies, oh, that would be nice just for that little bite with something, right? And just kind of pick up some of the bland dishes that you may have to make for a couple of weeks or something, right? So yeah, so canned green chilies. So if you can find them, they're not too expensive, grab those. Number 13 is lard. Very, very long shelf life, lots of fat in it. We do need fat to survive, right? So they say lard is, you know, something that you need. Okay, so get lard. Number 14, we have canned pineapple. Pineapple is supposed to be better for you than some other fruit. So they suggest canned pineapple would be your best choice. So if you weren't limited with finances and whatever, then you can have more of it, you know? Maybe you have canned peaches or, I don't know, maybe canned applesauce or whatever, right? But yeah, they say that canned pineapples are the best if you're limited, right? And then number 15, we have vinegar. So vinegar is not just, it's not just good, you know, which it really adds some flavor to your food, but it's also a disinfectant, right? And you can clean with vinegar, which is important. So I think that having vinegar is just get a big jug. It's cheap, it doesn't cost much, and just have it in your pantry, okay? And I'm thinking, because I don't have any room for a real pantry, I'm gonna put it all in a box and put it under my bed and just, you know, cover it up with saran wrap or something so it doesn't get all full of dust, and that's it. And so I'm just not gonna worry about it, or maybe cover it in a blanket, you know, and then just leave it there, you know, and then take it out every once in a while, shake off the blanket, make sure everything's okay, and that's it, you know. That's what I'm going to do. And then number 16 is dry lentils. So a lot of people don't use lentils. Lentils is you know, they're good for you. They're packed full of protein and vitamins, and they cook very quickly. So it's not like the other beans that you need to soak or anything, say your water's limited or whatever. These cook very quickly, so you don't have to soak them for a long time. And if you need something made quickly, then you can use lentils. And then number 17, there's a thing called ghee, and that is clarified butter. And again, this would add flavor, add fats, all that kind of stuff, probably salt. So ghee, it's spelled G-H-E-E. I've heard of it many times before as an elderly person, and you probably have too, so yeah. So then the next item, we have number 18, which is sugar. So I don't use a lot of just plain sugar. I can't think of anywhere that I really use sugar, but I do have sugar in the house in case someone comes for coffee and that. But I would imagine if everything was very, very bland, you might want to add a little bit of sugar, and it might give you a little bit of a kick if you need that little energy boost, right? So you could get a little bit of sugar. This could be something that you share with someone, right? And then number 19, canned chicken. So canned chicken, we're talking meat here, so we're talking protein, right? And canned corned beef, another one, just a different flavor, right? But the same idea. And then we have canned tomatoes, which adds lots of flavor. It can be put in just about anything, so I think it's awesome. So canned tomatoes. 22 is canned coconut water and milk. Now, I don't use coconut. I don't like coconut at all. So I would not be buying either of these things, but you could. I know coconut milk or coconut water is very good with rice. And then you add a vegetable into that and maybe a little bit of a meat or something, and you've got a real balanced meal there, right? Yeah, so canned coconut. So then we have 23, which is canned spinach, corn, and carrots. So the spinach is important for iron, right? So I would get that before I got the other one. So depending on your budget, right? And then corn and carrots. So, you know, even if you can't budget a lot or you have a very small budget, you pick something up once a week when you go out to the grocery store. One thing. Next thing you know, you've got 20 canned items or 20 things that you can put away, okay? Do it very slowly, a buck at a time, $2 at a time, and then you've got just about everything you need, right? And then number 24, we have freeze-dried coffee or instant coffee and then just tea. So I think it would be really nice, as long as we had available water, very, very comforting to have a coffee or a tea, and it just feels like home, right? To me, it feels it's so nice sometimes just to sit down, have your coffee or tea and just relax, right? So yeah, so I think that might be very comforting. Also maybe give you a little bit of a caffeine boost, which I don't know is good or bad, but anyway. And then number 25, canned sauerkraut. So from what I understand, sauerkraut is full of nutrients. It's so good for you. So canned sauerkraut would be good. You don't have to add a lot to anything, but even adding a little would be awesome. And with corned beef and sauerkraut is absolutely delicious. And then we have number 26, dehydrated vegetables. So say you don't have a lot of room and you're very, very limited for space and stuff like I am. I have a 1-bedroom apartment. I may, instead of buying different vegetables, I may just buy dehydrated vegetables. And you can eat them as they are. I've never done that, but they say you can. So yeah, you could try it. And, or all they need is water to plump back up, right? And you can cook them up and have them that way, or throw them in a soup, whatever it is that you're making, right? And then we have number 27, which is powdered whole milk. So again, I think it's nice to have a creamy dish once in a while. Add that texture, add that flavor. You know, it's more of a, I don't know if it's a comfort thing or if it's just I don't know, it just sounds so nice. You know, you could even make a little roux and, you know, make a little sauce, you know, a little white sauce for something, right? That would be good too. Then number 28 is sardines in olive oil. They specify olive oil because it's better for you and it has more stability in it or something, okay? So sardines in olive oil instead of in water, okay? Maybe they'll last longer, I'm not sure. And then number 29, we have pasta. So pasta lasts a long time, it lasts months. So pasta is a good option and it's cheap. And then we have rice. So depending on what kind of rice you buy, you can buy expensive rice or you can buy less expensive rice. But just get some rice and have it on hand, okay? And I think that would be very good. Now that's the 30th item, okay? Now that's a lot of things, you know, of non-perishables, right? So that's a lot of food to have. So like I said, pick and choose depending on your budget, depending on the size of your place. You don't have to have everything. You just have to be able to sustain yourself for a little while, okay? So look forward to seeing my new video coming up soon in a week or two about the non-food items as well, okay? And that video will be coming out soon. This is Donna with Elderly Adventures, and we will see you again soon. Please subscribe and like the video and share it out there. Thank you very much. Bright blessings, everybody. Bye for now.